Hey guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Whether this is your first time here or you have been here before, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Your support means the world to me. Today, as you can probably tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the next time you see this person. So this could be your person, your twin flame, your soulmate, whoever it is. This also doesn't have to be romantic. I think maybe it might be more romantic messages, but I will definitely try to interpret if this is more of a platonic situation. But you can definitely make the message fit your situation however you want. There is so much we're going to be talking about today, you guys. So this is everything here. We do have an extended here today. So here on YouTube, we're going to be looking at the current energies with you, your person, and this connection. We're going to be looking at what your guides have to say about this connection. We're going to be seeing who will initiate this next meeting, the events leading up to your next meeting, the environment/setting of your next meeting, how you'll feel when you see them, how they'll feel when they see you, what you'll talk about, what you'll do together, and messages and advice from your guides. So this is everything we're going to be discussing here on YouTube. Like I said, it's a lot to talk about. And then over there on the extended, we're going to be looking at how they'll feel after seeing you, what this meeting will eventually lead to or ultimately lead to, and then we will get a yes or no question. And this is very personalized, so basically you can ask a yes or no question and I will do my best to give you an answer. And then we have any hints about when this meeting will happen or any timeline situations like that. So yes, you guys, there is everything if you want to pause and read this over again, but we have a lot to talk about. So basically, we have 3 groups for you guys to choose from, and I will definitely get more in depth with what we're talking about as you guys pick your group and in the reading. So we have 3 different groups, 3 different tarot decks, 3 different crystals, and I did shuffle each deck and there was a random card that fell out. So you could be drawn to the crystal, you could be drawn to the back artwork, you could be drawn to the front artwork, or you could be drawn to the specific card that falls out if you know the meaning of that card. So yeah, there's so many ways for you to pick your groups, and keep in mind you can definitely pick more than one. You can watch all of them because maybe there's multiple people that you are inquiring about. So yes, let me go ahead and show you your options. So for group number 1, we have this fluorite. You have the Muse Tarot deck. This is what the back looks like. And your random card is the 10 of Emotions. This is traditionally the 10 of Cups. Let me set this right there. And then for group number 2, this is Honey Calcite. This is the Phantasma Tarot deck. This is what the back looks like. And your random card is the 9 of Cups. Okay, and then for group number 3, you have this Smoky Quartz. Your deck, this is the Monday's Tarot deck. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. This is what the back looks like. And then your random card is the Hierophant. Alrighty, you guys. So like I said, take all the time you guys need. You can definitely watch as many readings as you want. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose this fluorite and this 10 of Emotions, which is traditionally the 10 of Cups, this is your reading. Hello, group number 1. I'm just gonna set your crystal right there. So yes, like I mentioned in the intro, this is everything we're going to be talking about. This is all about the next time you see this person. So basically here on YouTube, we have a lot to discuss. We're gonna go ahead and go with an energy check first, which is kind of what you see here. And then we will get into all of these 8 things here. So we will see who will initiate your next message, the events leading up to the next, oh my god, next message. Whoa, what is that about? Who will initiate your next meeting, events leading up to your next meeting, the environment/setting of your next meeting, how you'll feel when you see them, how they'll feel when they see you, what you will talk about together, what you'll do together, and messages and advice from your guides. So that's everything we're going to be seeing here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started. That's interesting that I slipped up and I said message. So we will keep that in mind. I'm gonna move your deck over for now. So basically, like I said, we're gonna go in with an energy check, and oh, this glare drives me crazy. Okay, so over here, this is your energy, this is your person's energy, and in the middle, this is the energy of the connection. So now I do want to say before I get started that if you feel like you guys are mirroring each other, excuse me, I just burped. If you feel like you guys are mirroring each other, that is completely okay. Or if you feel like you're over here and your person is over here, then that's okay. Just flip the messages how you need to, but I am going to be reading it as this is you and this is your person. So yay, sit back, get comfortable. We have a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started for group number 1. Let's go ahead and see first, what is your energy in this connection? Oh my gosh. We have the 2 of water, which is the 2 of cups, with partnership, commitment, and reconciliation. Interesting key word. Okay. And then you have the quicksilver moon with changes. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's your person's current energy in this connection. We have the Knight of Air with intellectual, determined, and motivated. So that is traditionally the Knight of Swords. And then we have Take a Breath with Moonstruck. Interesting. That's beautiful, beautiful colors. I love this deck so much. Take a Breath with Moonstruck. It's interesting that it says take a breath and then they're coming through as a Knight of Swords, which is a very, very talkative energy. It's a very quick to move, it's a quick to act on something, or it's a quick to say something. So it's interesting that they're coming through as take a breath. It's almost making me feel like this person has a lot that they want to tell you, or there's a lot that's going on in their life, but they're not actively communicating with you, or at least they're not actively telling you the extent of what's like going on in their life. This could also be somebody who has been very impulsive in their life in general. Maybe that's kind of their personality. And with this take a breath, it's almost like they're in this more of a period of rest kind of an energy, or maybe like they've always been doing things very quickly. Things are like they're always on the move, and maybe now they're kind of in a Hanged Man, 4 of Swords energy. I do get like this person is in more of a receptive, passive, like they're not actively doing too much, and maybe that's something that's helping them, or that's something that they are meant to be doing during this time. But I do feel like this person has a lot they want to say to you, even with this person holding this bouquet of roses down here. White roses could be significant to somebody, but it's like I feel like they want to like check in on you, or they want to tell you how they're doing, or they want to see how you're doing, which is interesting. Okay, so for the energy of the connection, we have Truth with the number 20. Pretty sure this is the Judgment card, but it was also making me think of the Wheel of Fortune. Oh no, that glare is gonna drive me absolutely crazy. Okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna look at my monitor because there's no glare when I'm looking at it right now, so I'm just gonna look at it and not look at my monitor. Okay, so let me see. I kind of already started talking about person B. I do feel like there is change going on in this connection here. Even with the way I was thinking about this being the Wheel of Fortune, but this is actually the Judgment card. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you know, there's some redirection that happened in this connection. And I feel like there could be a period of rest between the two of you. But I feel like it's because something greater is being in the work, or something greater is being accomplished here by Spirit. So it's like there had to be some kind of redirection or some kind of space here, but it's all happening for a reason. And I think maybe you guys, you know, maybe it's like you were both meant to kind of heal and learn and change and like do things on your own before coming together. But I do feel like with this group, there is some level of like a faded energy, almost like destiny, because I feel like everything that's happened up until now happened exactly the way it was meant to, because it's for something that's greater than just that present moment that you were in with this person. Even with the Truth and the Judgment card, I feel like you haven't fully revealed the truth to yourself, or like the universe hasn't fully revealed the truth of what's really going on here. And I think slowly, as you are healing or stepping into your own path for the time being. It's giving like you're meant to figure something out on your own, but the universe will make it known to you, and they will like establish why something happened the way it happened. For your energy here with the Two of Cups, I mean, this is a very loving energy. This is Venus in Cancer. It's one of my favorite cards. This is air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the Truth, which is the Judgment card in tarot, is Scorpio energy. So those could be significant placements. Also, we have the number 20, the number 222 could be a significant number for this group. But yes, for you with this Two of Water, oh my god, like you love this person. You really love this person, and whether it was like a short-term relationship or whether this was a long-term relationship, I do feel like you felt a lot of love for this individual here. I also feel like person A could have wanted more of a commitment. It's very possible, like if this relationship did not get to a committed stage, or if you guys just were not together for a long time, I think not person A, you, I think you really wanted this connection to work. You were willing to put in the work, the effort, and I think you really wanted commitment with this person. You wanted to like hold this person down. I do feel like for some of you, like you saw yourself getting married to this person, long-term relationship, like this was your other half, whether you were together for a couple of months or you were together for 10 years. I really do think that your energy is coming through in a very pure, genuine way, in a very nurturing energy as well. I do feel like to some extent there is some mirroring going on between the two of you. I do think that there is, I do feel like this mutual love that is here. I don't know to what extent that it is mutual, but I do feel like both people here really love each other, really care about each other in a very genuine way. I feel like this is the type of person that whether you had a falling out with this person or you're on a break and you're not talking, I think this is the type of person that if you were to reach out to them, if you were to talk to them, they would always be there for you. They would always like welcome you in with open arms. And I again, I don't know if it's to the extent of like a relationship or getting married or all of that, but I do feel like they'll always be there for you. Like you can always count on them in situations, or like if you need to talk to them or advice or anything, I think this person would always be there for you. It's like you both have a soft spot for each other. So it's like no matter what is happening in life, you will always, like, I just feel like you'll always have this soft spot for each other. I do think when both of you think about each other, you do think about the good memories that you had with each other as well. There's a lot, I'm getting a lot of like, you know, fun memories or just like genuine energy, or this person thinks about the conversations that you guys had. If you had like deep, meaningful conversations, I could even see you guys like being on the phone for like hours on end. And I do feel like even with the Knight of Air, I do feel like there could have been a very intellectual connection between the two of you, especially from person B side. I feel like person B felt like they could talk to you, they could tell you things, they could and I feel like person A, which is you here, I feel like you were really listening to everything they would say. It's like and I almost feel like in a way they feel like they kind of lost a friend, or they lost that person that they were talking to, or that person that was helping them out, because I almost feel like they felt more comfortable like sharing things with you that they didn't feel comfortable with like the average person. So that's why I keep getting this energy that this person here like really has a lot they want to say to you, or a lot they want to get off their chest, or just like talk to you, check in with you here. I do feel like both people definitely miss each other. With this Changes card, it's very possible that I feel like this is a very similar energy as well with the Take a Breath and the Changes. I feel like, you know, maybe you thought this relationship, or even in your own personal lives, like both people just thought it was going in a certain direction, but then something happened, you know, that Wheel of Fortune hit you and it completely redirected you both into different paths, or redirected what you were originally thinking. And I think there's this energy of change on both of your sides to kind of just like sit back, don't try to chase it, don't try to control the situation, and let it unfold naturally, let it unfold the way the universe wants it to. And I think both of you are in that very limbo energy here. I don't necessarily get that like one person is chasing the other. I think energetically it's like you feel very connected to this person, or you can like pick up that you both want to talk to each other or whatever it is. But I think like in the 3D, you're not actively chasing this, and I don't think this person is actively chasing you either. It feels very harmonious, this separation. So I feel like for you, if, and you know what, for some of you, you might not even be in a full-blown separation right now. Like it's very possible you're still with this person, or this person is still in your life, but it's like you're just going through some changes on your own, but maybe you're still together. So I think that overlapping, or like that broad energy of like there could be changes happening, both people are healing, or there's some transformative energy here. So that could be like you're either with this person and that's happening, or you're not with this person and that's happening. I think no matter what, there is transformative energy here. But yeah, it feels very harmonious. I think like if this is a situation that you're in a separation in, and it's like it's toxic, it's chaotic, it's like not healthy, then I don't think this is your group, because this feels very balanced. It feels very down to earth. It almost feels very spiritual as well. So I don't think it's like, I don't really feel toxicity from this connection. It's very much like you just let it be, or like both of you just kind of like gave up the need to control the situation, because that's also what Judgment is essentially talking about. It's like we're giving up this need to control the situation, to control the outcome, or to chase it, or to fight for it, or whatever it is. It's like you're kind of just releasing it and saying like, hey universe, like, you know, I know you have my best interest in mind, and you can do whatever you want to do. And I think this group is very going with the flow of the connection. That's really how I'm seeing it here. This person could be like doing things in their life, such as like taking trips, or they could have had some milestone in their life recently. I'm even hearing like a job promotion, or getting into a certain school, or going to a certain job, or something that they have been wanting for a while, and I think they got it. And it's like they want to share the good news with you, but they can't. For some reason, I do feel like there is limited communication in this group, because I feel like, especially this person that you're inquiring about, like this person wants to tell you a lot, or they want to get something off their chest, but in a good way. They're like, they want to tell you like, I got that job promotion, like I got the thing that I was telling you about in the past. And I think they want to like share some good news with you. But I will say, your person here is definitely not chasing this connection, and I think like they're just not in the energy of chasing it. But I think both of you are in that very similar energy of like, you know, whatever happens happens. I feel like you are, again, I think both of you, you know, I think I'm just gonna start saying both of you, because the moment I want to say you, I feel like, oh, but I think they're also doing the same thing. But I feel like, you know, you and this person, it's like you're really taking care of yourself right now. You're taking care of your mental health, your physical health, your physical image, your career, your stability. You're really doing what you want to do. And I think that's very nice, and it's a very mutual energy. And that's why I kind of feel like there is some level of, we're kind of doing our own thing, or we're kind of focusing on ourselves right now, with this underlining energy that we both really care about each other. And I think both people are open to a reconciliation. It's very interesting that this card has that word, because normally I would not associate the Two of Cups with a reconciliation. At least the Two of Cups on its own, I wouldn't associate it like that. But it's interesting that's there. So I do feel like there is this underlining energy of like both people are very open to, like, if you guys were to bump into each other or have some kind of a reconciliation. But I think both people are very much like, I'm not gonna chase it, but if the universe like puts this person in my path, then yeah, like hell yeah, I'll talk to them and I'll get back into contact with them. But I think it's like both you and this person are looking for some divine timing, divine orchestration to bring you guys together, and you don't necessarily want to pursue this person or reach out to them or like do whatever. I think both of you are very much waiting for like the divine to bring you guys back together. So that's kind of what I see. I think this is a very straightforward energy. It's very nice, very peaceful, very healing, very mature as well. So I think that's like everything I see. So let me kind of organize this. Oh, the ice cream truck, which is so random. Okay, I hope that doesn't look too crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead into the deck. Oh wait, nah, I already missed an entire step. I want to get some messages from your spirit guides here. So this is going to be what your guides have to say about this connection. Let me get 2 cards, please, for group number 1. What does group number 1's guides have to say? Oh my god, we have the Lovers. Aw, and okay, so in this deck, the Lovers, doesn't this look like a little kid? I said this the last time I saw this card, and this is literally making me think of you healing your inner child, you healing yourself, taking care of yourself. We were just talking about self-development, self-love, and I think one thing your spirit guides want to confirm with you, that like in this down period or in this separation or whatever it is, oh my god, or whatever it is, it's like you're meant to heal yourself. Both of you are. I think, again, this is a mutual energy of both of you are meant to work on yourself right now. Both of you are meant to heal yourselves right now. Yeah, I really feel like that's you healing your inner child. I also feel like saying, if this group, for group 1, like if you have some intuitive feeling that like this is a very special person in your life, whether you were with them for 10 years or 2 months, I think like if you feel deep down like there's some kind of a special connection with this person, I think you're right. I think there is some kind of a special connection here, and since this is a general reading, I can't say to what extent this special connection is going to be for everybody, but I do think like your intuition is right about something here regarding this person. Let's get 1 more card. Messages from group 1 spirit team, spirit guides regarding this connection. That ice cream truck, why do I feel like it's just sitting outside? We have the 9 of Swords. For some of you, maybe even all of you, it's like if there is a separation going on in this connection, spirit doesn't want you to like be really down or heartbroken or let this affect your mental health, because I feel like, so for this, I do feel like there's stages, and I feel like at the very beginning of this separation or whatever this is, at the very beginning, I feel like it's very possible that both of you we're in this energy of like being heartbroken, being really sad, being like, universe, why would you do this to me? And then on the other end of this is like that loving yourself again, nurturing yourself again, healing yourself, and also understanding that there is a greater purpose to why this is happening. So I do feel like you could fall anywhere in that spectrum. But the universe is trying to reassure you here that if there is sadness and heartbreak and you're just like really overthinking, really freaking out, and like you don't understand why this is happening or what it's happening, there's a need for you to just take a step back. And I think in like the early stages this could be a common theme for you, but as you kind of accept it, surrender, you know, you're not chasing this, you're realizing this is a time for you to heal, and you're kind of like releasing all of this to the universe, I think that's when you're going to get into this really nice energy of taking care of yourself, loving yourself. And I think like spirit wants you to see that. They want you to see that there's something greater going on here, and it's like it's almost time for you to like work on yourself in this separation, or like be there for yourself in that way. But I do think it's very possible in like the very beginning you could have been, and for some of you, you could still be in this energy, you know. This is like a general reading, so time frames could be like anywhere, but I really do feel like there's no need for you to be sad. And I also, you know, I do understand that in the moment it could feel like the end of the world, you know. You're like, oh my god, like I thought this was my person, what's going on, like your entire world is falling apart. But I think it's like as you really sit still and allow yourself to kind of just like feel the moment, be in the moment, feel the energies, meditate, heal, you know, release the need to control the situation, I think you'll understand that there's such a bigger picture of things going on. And Spirit is saying like you're on the right track. And like I said in the very beginning, everything that happened in this connection happened exactly when it was meant to. So even if this is a separation right now, it happened right when it needed to, because there's something else that's in the works here. And I think that's very important for you to realize. And I do think both people are definitely mirroring each other to some extent. So group number 1, that's everything I see for your current energy check. So if that sounds like you, then definitely keep watching the tarot part of the reading. If that does not sound like you, then please check out a different group. I am going to move this booklet thing over here. So now let's go ahead and get into the specifics. All right, for group number 1, let's see who will initiate the next meeting. Who will initiate the next meeting? Oh my god, the world. 21, the world. You know, I was gonna say something really silly, and I was gonna say whoever lives at a distance from each other, but I think if you both lived at a distance, then both of you would be at a distance from each other. So I was gonna say like whoever lives farther away might reach out first or initiate the conversation, but I feel like that makes no sense because then that could easily be both of you. So I almost feel like this would be divine timing, even especially because this is the world. This is the last card of the cycle, of the major arcana cycle. You know, chapters are ending, cycles are closing. I really feel like it could be divine timing that is bringing you guys together when the timing is right. So it's like after you close the cycles that you're meant to close and end chapters in your life, and your person does the same, that's when the universe kind of brings you guys together. And it could be a very sudden like bumping into each other too, because we see the world here. So that also really makes me feel like it could be anywhere doing anything, and it could be the most randomest of things. For some of you, you could even meet in like a different city and you're just like, oh my god, how did you end up here? Or yeah, something like that. But I do feel like it could definitely be divine timing here and divine orchestration. Let's go ahead and see, what are the events leading up to your next meeting? What are the events leading up to this next meeting? We have the moon. We have the world and the moon. Okay, let me just actually pull out all the cards and then I will say more. So next, let's see, what is the environment / setting of this next meeting for group number 1? What is the environment / setting for this next meeting for group number 1? We have the 7 of Voices, which is the 7 of Swords. Let's go ahead and see how will you feel when you see them. So how will group 1 feel when they see them? How will group 1 feel? Oh my god. Okay, I got a ton of cards at the same time. We got the 8 of Emotions, the 4 of Voices, and the 2 of Voices. Okay, let's go ahead and see, how will they feel when they see you? How will this person feel when they see group 1? We have the 3 of Inspiration. Let's go ahead and see what you'll talk about. So what will group 1 and this person talk about? What will group 1 and this person talk about? Oh my god, it fell on me. We have the Devil with the number 15. Let's go ahead and see what you'll do together. What will group 1 and this person do together? Oh my god, the deck is just acting so crazy. What will group 1 and this person end up doing together during this meeting? We have the 3 of Voices, okay. And then let's see, what are messages and advice from your guides? We have the Sun. Okay, there's a lot of cards out here. So let's just go in order. Like I said, I think this could be very much like divine intervention. And I do feel like, actually, in for some of you, I do feel like one or the other is gonna reach out, but it's like I can't tell who. I don't know why I cannot tell. Maybe if like there's something to do with like somebody's from a different background, different ethnic culture, or something like that person could be the first one to reach out. Or if someone is a fixed sign, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, that person could be reaching out. But for a lot of you, it could definitely be divine intervention as well. So with the events leading up to your next meeting with the moon, it's so interesting because I do feel like for some of you, one or the other person is really going to express their feelings over this reaching out. So say if it's your person reaching out to you, they're really going to express like, hey, I really miss you, I've been thinking about you a lot and I would like to see you. Or it could be you saying that to your person, like, hey, like, I've realized a lot of things, I've come to some conclusions, there's a lot I've been thinking about, there's a lot I want to tell you. It's like, it's a very emotional space. I do feel like somebody is reaching out from an emotional space. And I don't think this would be impulsive. I feel like this person or you have been thinking about this for a long time. So I don't think this would be like, oh, you get drunk and you just impulsively text the other person. No, I think whoever is reaching out is doing it from a space of emotion, and this is something you've thought about, you've meditated on this, you've slept on this idea, you really like went within to ask yourself, like, is this really what I want to do? Do I really want to reach out to them and express how I feel to them? So I think whoever is initiating this meetup and initiating this conversation is doing it from an emotional heart space. We also have Pisces energy here with the moon. Now we have the environment or setting of your next meeting. It's interesting because it could be something very, very simple like this. I'm thinking of this at like a park, like a bridge at a park, or like by the beach, or like something very, very simple. But I think like either you or the other person or both of you want it to be something way more. So say like if you're, I think either you or this person, so whoever this is, or maybe both of you, are acting very nonchalant. I do feel like that. And I feel like maybe you agreed on just meeting up at like the park or meeting up somewhere that's very, very simple and easy. But I think deep down, you or the other person or both of you wanted it to be something a lot more, like a fancy date, or not even fancy, but like an official date, or officially like you wanted it to be a bit more spectacular. But I think you're not pushing it, or this person's not pushing it. Like you're testing the waters. I think that's the term. You're testing the waters to see like, okay, like let's just meet up and go to the park or the local like spot, and if it goes well, then maybe it can lead to something more. But I think whoever, I think going into it, maybe one or both of you like want it to be like really, really nice, really intimate, really like really nice. But I think it's like you're testing the waters, or they're testing the waters to see like if you would even say yes, because I think there's some level of hesitation on officially asking the other person out on a date. So whoever is having this heart-to-heart conversation, it's like they are scared or nervous to just throw it out there, especially if you haven't talked for a while. Like they don't want to just throw it out there and be like, oh my god, like you want to go on this nice ass date with me tonight? Like they're not going to do that. They're just going to test the waters. But I do feel like one or both people are acting very nonchalant. So now let's go on to see how you'll feel when you see them. And it's interesting because the cards like spewed out when I was asking about this. I feel like, so we have the Four of Voices here. I feel like and it's interesting because looking at the energy of like how you will feel, that's what actually makes me feel like group for group one, it makes me feel like your person is actually the one reaching out to you, and your person is the one that is having this emotional conversation, or is initiating this conversation and initiating this meeting. I think they very much have like deep feelings that they are wanting to talk about and all that, and it's because of the way you react. I think with the Four of Swords here coming into this, I think you're already at peace to some extent, because this is literally that period of rest, and you can even see in this image she's very much at peace with whatever it is, right? And that's why it's like you are coming into this with this level of peace, but then after this interaction with this person, you are now left to make some kind of a decision, and I think it's leaving you confused, or you don't know what to do right away, because it's like you were doing really well, or you healed really well from this connection. I also feel like for you, for group one, this Two of Cups, this can definitely be how I was talking about, that you love this person and you saw yourself in a long-term relationship with this person. But I almost feel like the more I see your energy, this Two of Cups can also just indicate that you are very much looking for your soulmate. You're looking for a real relationship. You're not looking for a fling. You're not looking for something like silly or impulsive. Like, you are looking for that real deal. Like, you are wifey or hubby material, and you are looking for your other half. Like, you want to be held down, and I think like that's your vibes with the Two of Cups. So it's possible whatever happened in this connection, and maybe if you did part ways, you have like come to a better level of understanding that maybe this person was not that other half for you. Maybe they were in the moment, but I think after you've healed a little bit, you've come to realize like, hey, maybe I am seeking a different type of a partnership, or a different type of a person, something more serious. Because even with this being the Knight, it also makes me feel like your person maybe is not fully evolved or fully established, or they're just not in the place. They're still growing. They're still, they're still young in some way. And I feel like maybe they weren't at the level that you wanted them to be, or like the level of your soulmate that you envision yourself to be with. So it's interesting, because for a lot of you, that's why I feel like it could be this person reaching out to you, and you're kind of in this, you're like doing well, you're healing, you're moving on, you're learning certain things about yourself, and now you're in this groove of like, okay, I know what I want, I know what I'm looking for. So then when this person comes into your life with this Two of Voices, you're just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I appreciate you telling me how you feel, but I don't know if I could go back to, I almost feel like this person still cannot give you what you are seeking. I don't know why I feel that way, but I do. So if they were like not established, or they were still figuring themselves out, or they were still healing from a past relationship, or there could be so many scenarios on why your person couldn't give you what you wanted in a relationship, I feel like they haven't fully healed. And it almost makes me feel like as they come back around, it's almost going to confirm to you that like, yeah, like they are not where you want them to be. Which is so interesting, because that's really how I'm feeling this Two of Voices, and even this Eight of Emotions. It's like walking away. And maybe for some of you, and I think like there's that love, like that love is still there. Both of you have a soft spot for each other. You would really be there if the other person needed you to. But I think like after you see this person again, it's gonna make you realize like, yeah, like my soulmate is somewhere else, or this is not my person. They are still not where I want them to be. Or it like something is just gonna click, especially if you've had distance from this person. Like, it's just gonna click to you like, yeah, this is not it. And maybe that's the truth that was meant to be revealed, from the very beginning here. That's so interesting. And then, so you're gonna kind of be in like a, I don't know energy. I almost feel like you would say like, well, if you asked me, before I started healing, I would have said, hell yeah. But now that I'm healing and I'm growing into myself, and I'm figuring out what I want in a partner, and now I'm seeking a serious relationship, I just don't know if we're compatible. Now with the Three of Inspiration, I feel like for one, you're really going to motivate this person to do better in their life. So whether that's healing, whether that's in financially, their stability, I don't know. I think you just inspire them in some way to do better for themselves. Maybe because you're so mature or independent or whatever it is. Like, you just inspire them to do better. Now, this is how they feel with the Three of Emotions. It's interesting because I almost feel like you inspired them, that it's okay to like, yeah, it's okay to like move on, or it's okay to like go and pursue other things. It's very possible that like this person is trying to have like this conversation also to just see like where you're at, and maybe for them it's like now that they see that you are kind of moving on, or you're doing better for yourself, or like you know what it is that you are looking for now, it like inspires them to do better. I don't know how else to say that. It's like you start some kind of a chain reaction within them, you start some kind of a domino effect within them. Or it's like there's something about the way you heal, or something about what you tell them, it like clicks for them, and it sparks something within them to do their own thing, or to pursue what it is they want to pursue, or to like eventually move on from this connection. It's almost like, it's so interesting because even with the sun here, it's really making me feel like this connection or this meetup is happening so like both of you can fully let go, if that makes sense. It's interesting. I didn't know the reading would take such a turn, but yeah, and I think you would, this is such a specific message, like you would know if this is your reading. If you feel like you've outgrown this person, you're healing, you know you deserve better, you're changing, your aspirations, your dreams, what you are attracting is changing. So then when this, like you just know like this is past energy and you don't know if you'd want to keep up with that. Or maybe for some of you this is the confirmation, and this meetup would be the confirmation that spirit is telling you like, hey, I think you've outgrown this. I really feel that way with the Three of Voices, because this is the Three of Swords, and in traditional tarot, you know, it's like the heart with the three swords going through it. And that's why it's so interesting, like this meetup is going to happen when you have ended a cycle in your life. You've closed a chapter, so then when the past comes knocking, you're like, well, I'm not in that cycle, that's not me, I'm not there anymore, I'm on to bigger, better things. What was this devil? This devil is what you'll talk about. I think you'll be very, very honest with this person. I don't think this would be a toxic conversation, but I think you'd be very straight up with this person. And I think you would tell them like X, Y, and Z, this is what I'm looking for, this is how I've healed. I think they are gonna be very like shocked or stunned by how much you have changed. Especially for some of you, this has been an on again, off again relationship. Maybe like you did allow this person to come back into your life in the past, but now they're gonna actually be very shocked, be like, wow, like you have healed, you are standing in your power, you really are like moving on. And with the Three of Voices, you know, with this being like what you'll do together, I see this as like two people that meet up and you are talking about how you've changed, how you've healed, and I think both of you will cry. I really do think like tears will be shed from both parties, because it's like, wow, like this is really happening. This is really coming to an end this time. We're not doing on again, off again. Like this is actually the end, because you or both of you are starting a new cycle. I do feel heavily that your person is going to reach out to you, and you're the one that's like, I'm done. Like you are starting a new chapter. You're the one that's putting an end to this. And I think like, you know, it's like a happy feeling though, because I don't think you're crying out of sadness. I think both of you are just like, because you have that soft spot for each other, but you're like, I have to be strong, I know what I have to do, and it involves me moving away from this. And I think that's why this would be kind of a tough conversation to have with each other. And I think you'd both cry, be like, oh my god, but I'll always remember you, I'll always remember all the times that we had, I'm always a phone call or a text message away if you needed. Like I think you would make your peace with each other. This very much feels like if there was anything that was like open-ended, like this feels like the closure that both of you need, and it's like tying up the loose ends, sharing one last tearful conversation with each other, and knowing that this is the right thing to do. I do feel like you specifically, I'm very specifically channeling who is watching group 1, because I feel like this is coming from you. Like this is how you are going to, this is your energy, this is your truth that you have to speak to this person. And I do feel like yeah, it's like you are ending this, you're ending this cycle, and you are moving on. You're moving on. And I think the separation is what made you realize this. And even with the sun, you know, it's really indicating spirit saying like you have to focus on yourself. Even look how peaceful this person is down here doing her own thing or his own thing. It's this energy of like, I loved you, I really did, and I would have done anything for you, but the separation has really made me realize that this is not it, and I know exactly what I'm looking for now, so I have to walk away. And even with that 8 of emotions, like you're walking away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. And I really feel like it's group 1 that's like telling this person this. But I almost feel like if this person never reached out to group 1, I don't think you would reach out to them. I really don't think so. I don't think so. Because you're in this 4 of voices, or you will be. I think if you're maybe like closer to this heartbreak, you know, I think this would happen when you are in this, oh, my cat just sneezed, bless you, are you okay? You okay? I think this would happen, oh my god, I just saw 1111. This would happen when you are in a more peaceful state of mind. Yeah. I was gonna say something. I totally do not remember. But I have now some oracle cards to end off with advice and messages here on YouTube. We have the third eye chakra key concepts. This chakra's key concepts are intuition, dreams, visions, imagination, and awareness. The chakra's color is indigo, and it combines all elements: earth, fire, air, water, and ether, with the number 76. So the third eye chakra could be significant for you during this time. And the third eye also talks about our intuition and us tapping into the universe. So I do think for a lot of you, this connection is meant to, or this like breakup, this separation is like meant to elevate you into your next level in your spirituality. Oh my god, we got 2 third eye chakras, and I shuffle these. We got third eye chakra again. This is the 6th chakra in the body system. Having a strong third eye chakra allows you to use your powerful intuition for spiritual growth, exactly what I just said, and a more generous attitude towards life. Physical disorders associated with it include headaches, eyes, and sinus problems. One of the third eye chakra's main role is to balance everyday activities, with the number 75. I love that. I shuffled both of these cards and they happen to fall out not together, but like on 2 different shuffles. So that's really crazy. I think there's heavy emphasis on the third eye chakra for you and your spiritual awakening, your spiritual journey. I do think this separation is meant to activate that. Okay, we have the Starling with now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. And then we have meditate and contemplate with new moon in Pisces. Yeah, there's a lot of energy of you going within. And I think this is leading this breakup. And I think for a lot of you, you could already be past that initial icky breakup feeling. And now you're in more of this understanding why something happened. And elevating you to like what you really deserve. But yeah, that's everything I see here. We're gonna go ahead and take it over to the extended. We'll go ahead and see how they'll feel about, or how they'll feel after seeing you. We'll see what's this meeting eventually gonna lead to. We'll get that yes or no question. Like I said, you can ask a personalized yes or no question, and then we will get any hints about when this meeting will happen. Actually, I'm gonna give you that right now because I think I already said this meeting would happen when you're in a more peaceful mindset about this connection. But alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and answer the other 3 questions over there on the extended. If this is where I'm leaving you off, thank you so much for all of your support. I am offering private readings. The link to my bio is in the description below. There's currently a buy one get one 50% off sale going on. Go ahead and check that out. And yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe if this is where I'm leaving you off. I'll see you guys next time. And then if you're joining me on the extended, I'll see you over there. So bye guys. Hey guys, if you chose this honey calcite and the Phantasma Tarot deck with this 9 of Cups, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. I'm gonna go ahead and set your crystal right up here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move this deck over a little bit for now. So like I mentioned in the intro, this is all about the next time you will see this person. This could be romantic, platonic, this could be literally anybody, but we do have the extended, like I mentioned. But here on YouTube, we're gonna go ahead and get the current energies for you, your person, and this connection. That's what we're gonna do right now with the current energy check. And then we're gonna go ahead and see, what do your guides have to say about this connection? Who will initiate your next meeting, the events leading up to the next meeting, the environment / setting of the next meeting, how you'll feel when you see them, how they'll feel when they see you, what you'll talk about, what you'll do together, and messages and advice from your guide. So that's everything we're going to be looking at here on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get started, you guys. I'm going to move this over. So like I mentioned, this is going to 111 on the time, as I was saying that. I was about to say, this is the current energy check. This is going to be you. This is going to be your person. And this is kind of the energy of the connection here. So now if you feel like, you know, you're mirroring each other, then that's completely okay. If you also feel like your energy could be on this side, their energy could be on this side, that's also completely okay. Just take it however it resonates to you. But I am going to be interpreting it as like, this is you and this is them. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's see, what is group 2's current energy in this connection. So this is you. We have shadow work with the night moon. And then we have the 3 of air, sorrow, forgiveness, and healing. So this is traditionally the 3 of swords. And on your person's side, this is their current energy towards the connection. We have the moon set with releasing. And we have the wise counselor with belonging, learning, and traditions. This is also the Hierophant, which is really interesting. And I just saw 222 as I said Hierophant. It's interesting because I think group 3's, their card was the Hierophant. So some of you could have been drawn to that energy. And then the mutual, or like the connection in the energy in the connection is spiritual union with the number 2. So this kind of does make me think about the 2 of Cups. Very interesting. Okay. So first we can talk about astrological placements. That if this is the 2 of Cups, this would be Venus in Cancer. The 3 of Swords is Libra. I forget what exactly in Libra, but it's Libra energy. And the wise counselor, which is Hierophant, would also be Taurus energy. For one, your person could definitely be in therapy right now, or they could be healing. They could have a mentor who is helping them heal, or friends, or somebody that they're really looking up to, like a very wise individual that they are learning from, getting advice from, turning to for support or help, especially in their journey. So I'm heavily thinking therapy or something along the lines of that. I do feel like your person is really going through some kind of a healing journey, and it's interesting because it seems like you are too, with the shadow work card here, and the 3 of air. I do feel like for you with the 3 of air, this could have definitely been something that caused a lot of heartbreak. It's interesting how, you know, in traditional tarot, the 3 of deck is like the heart with the 3 swords, and in this one it's this person who's grieving, but there's 2 angels standing right behind her. It's like no matter what you are going through because of this connection or whatever happened in this connection, it's like you are not alone. Your angel guides or your spirit guides are very much with you throughout your healing journey. Yeah, I do feel like this could have led to like some kind of a dark night of the soul, or something about this relationship, or the breakup or the separation in this relationship really led to some kind of some things being revealed to you about yourself, or about the things that you attract, or the people that you attract, or the things that, just the way you've been living your life. I think something about this connection is bringing that up to your main focus for you to heal with the shadow work. It's very possible both of you are in therapy, or both of you are seeking help from, you know, a mentor or somebody like that. I almost feel like for you, there was like some kind of like a domino effect, or it's like, or like the breakup was just the tip of the iceberg, and you thought, okay, like, you know, we're having some kind of a separation, and you thought it was just the tip of the iceberg. But I think like it was so much deeper than that, especially emotionally, spiritually, mentally. I think like maybe you thought this would be a 1 out of 10 in levels of like pain or healing, but it was actually like a 10 out of 10. I think it was way worse than you maybe intentionally thought it would be. I do feel like for you, it's interesting, you know, I was saying this is you, this is your person, but again, this could definitely be flipped. You could be the wise counselor energy over here. Because I almost feel like with, so now actually, let me say person A, person B, because for group one, I very strongly felt like this is group one and this is their person, but I almost feel like for this group, I'm feeling called to say person A, person B, because I actually think you might be on this side for some of you. So this is person A, everything I've said for person A, and everything here is person B. I want to say for person B, they could already be a very mature individual. With this wise counselor, you know, I was intentionally reading this as like, oh, person B is going to a wise counselor of some sort, but I almost feel like person B is the wise counselor. This is their energy. They are evolved. They're very high up in some level, whether that's of their own evolution, of their own healing, of their own strengths, of what it is they're seeking. It's like, it's a very wise, very mature individual, somebody who has been through a lot. And I almost feel like person B is like, could have been the person that walked away from this connection, or was the person that knew they either deserved better, or something about this connection like was not for them. And that could have triggered person A to do shadow work, to really go within, because maybe for person A, they didn't expect something to hurt them as much as it did. And I think this, maybe because person B walked away, or there was this separation in the connection, it's very possible that like person A, a lot of things were reflected back to them. A lot of things were revealed about their own life, about their own stability, about their own mentality, their own spiritual growth. And I think it was like a domino effect. Like it just kept getting worse and worse for person A. But I do feel like for person B, with this releasing card, like, you know, they were into this connection, or they were testing out this connection, or maybe, you know, this connection had been going on for a while. But for person B, it's like they knew when the time was up. Like they knew when they had to walk away, when they had to release this connection and kind of move on. Maybe it was their intuition telling them, maybe they knew that it was time to go because they could tell something wasn't working, something wasn't progressing, or there was blockages or something like that. But I feel like, and I feel like this is also their current energy. Like they are still releasing and they are moving on. It's interesting because I almost feel like person A is healing from things that were brought up in this connection, but person B is just walking away. Like there seems to be more of a dark night of the soul on person A's energy versus person B, who is already kind of evolved, and they're kind of just like, I think it's affecting them, yes, but I don't think they are as down bad as like person A is. And I think it's probably, and I also feel like person B could be older than person A, and maybe they've just experienced more in life. They obviously have more wisdom, they're more mature, and it could be because they are older for some of you. But it almost feels like person A, this could be one of the first times they're even healing in their life. So it's like they just have more to work on, versus person B, who has healed in the past, who is an evolving person. And for them, walking away is not as tough, or isn't as like draining, because they just know their time is up, or they're just like, yeah, I gotta go do something else. With the spiritual union card here and this number 2, yeah, there was some kind of a deep, or maybe still is some kind of a deep intuitive connection between the two of you. You could be picking up on each other, you could be tugging on each other's energy. I do feel like there is some like psychic energy going on between the two of you here. It almost feels like it's not the right time, which is so interesting that I say that. And maybe person B knew that, like person B knew that person A is not evolved yet, or like it's not the right time for something to progress, and they're like, okay, let me just kind of go do my own thing, and you can heal. Like I will give you the space and time and everything for you to heal. That's like how I'm really seeing this. And for person A, you know, spirit or your angels or the universe, whoever it is that you believe in, they are really trying to show you like you are not alone. It could feel like you're alone, you know, in the shadow work card, it's just this individual, and their shadow and what is being reflected to them and what they are discovering about themselves. And it could feel like you're alone, but the universe is saying for person A, like, you're not alone. You have an entire army of spirit guides behind you who are here protecting you and guiding you, and the universe is telling you, like, this has happened exactly the way it's meant to happen. Like, I almost feel like meeting person B was the catalyst for healing in person A's life, and that's why they were meant to meet such a wise and mature individual, such a spiritual person. Because I'm almost seeing it as like, person A could, maybe they're not fazed by the regular person, you know, they don't get heartbroken, they don't have the tendency to just like, because, okay, how do I say this? If person B was just an average Joe or an average person that didn't have such an effect on person A, then person A would have never healed. Person A would have never had that catalyst for change. But it's because person B was the amazing 10 out of 10 in every way possible, this amazing soul that came into person A's life, that's what triggered them. Because if this was just an average person, they wouldn't have cared. They would have moved on. They would have never learned anything. But it's like, it took a very certain type of person to come into person A's life for that to cause them to heal. And that's what the universe is trying to tell person A. Like, we specifically brought such an amazing person into your life because we want you to fix yourself and work on yourself. And I was even saying that earlier for person A, like, they could be the type of person to just move on quickly, or like breakups, it doesn't matter, you know, they're just like on to the next. But there was something very significant about this connection that caused them to like fall down the rabbit hole, caused them to see the entire iceberg for what it is, which is themselves. Yeah, this person B feels very, very spiritual. It literally feels like this wise soul that just like, and maybe if you're person B, you could even feel like you're just a catalyst for people's healing and people's change. And I almost feel like I can hear person B saying, like, why is it always me? Like, why am I always the one to make people realize things about themselves? Or why am I always like, why am I put in these situations to where it's like I'm just helping people? I think person B has definitely asked the universe, like, why am I the catalyst for change in other people's lives? Because they're looking for a real relationship. They're looking for a real connection, but they just keep maybe, you know, running into these situations where they're finding like these unhealed people. But the universe is saying for person B, it's like, you're an old soul, and you could even be like a reincarnation of like a very predominant soul, or like an angel or something. And it's like, part of your mission here on earth is to be the catalyst for people, for them to open up their eyes. Like, that's why you are you. That's why you have the qualities that you have. You are this wise counselor. Person B could be very, very psychic as well. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like this could be you, or this could be you. For some of you, I feel like you could be person A or person B, which is why I don't feel it doesn't feel right to say like this is strictly you or this is strictly them. There could have definitely been an age difference here, 3 to 5 years age difference. But yeah, with the spiritual union here, there is this underlining psychic connection between the two of you for sure. Yeah, person B could be very spiritual, very psychic. Person B knows exactly what they want. They know exactly the type of person they want. They are evolving every day. You know, don't get me wrong, person B is not perfect, but I think they have a very strong idea of what it is that they want in their life, and they're quick to walk away from the things that are not serving them. You know, they don't just entertain relationships just for the heck of it. They probably don't even have casual relationships. Person B could have a very small group of friends. You know, maybe they just energetically, intuitively don't get along with a lot of people because they're a special type of person. So it's like, and I also feel like when you cross paths with someone like person B, you would be like, whoa, like your energy is like, it's hard to ignore their energy. They're so vibrant, they're so magnetic, they're so attracting. Like, they just attract everything to them. It's because I really do think person B is on like a whole other wavelength. They're on a whole other spiritual wavelength. And it's like they don't mind living life alone. You know how it's only just in this one person here in the middle of nowhere. It's like they're an old soul to the extent of like they could travel alone, or they feel like they are okay with going through life alone. This is giving me like monk energy, like nomad energy, living up in the mountains by yourself, and like person B just has such a larger picture of life, and not in the sense of how everyone sees it, like not in the way that like other humans see this material world that we live in, but because they're an old soul and they've lived many lifetimes, person B can see like the whole universe when they're looking up at the stars, and they know that life on earth is very temporary. Wow, person B is very, very, very evolved, extremely evolved. And that's why it feels like it could, and on maybe some of you don't even have a huge age gap, but because person B is so evolved, it feels like their energy is just so much older, so much more mature, so much wiser. And this feels like a little baby. Like person A kind of feels like a little baby that's just, you know, walking, that's just talking, that's just getting their feet on the ground and figuring things out. That's so interesting. But yeah, whether it was for something more, whether it's for a catalyst for healing, I do think your paths crossed for a reason. But if you resonate with person B, holy cow, I just want to say, like, you're amazing. Your energy is amazing, and I feel very thankful and very lucky. I feel very blessed to be able to read your energy and pick up on you, because I think you're like one of a kind. I do want to say that. So let's go ahead and get some messages. So this is what your guides have to say about the connection. So for group number 2, what does group 2's guides have to say about this connection? What do group 2's guides have to say about this connection? Somebody could be like really hungry. I don't know why I just heard I'm starving in like a sarcastic, not sarcastic, and not in like a very serious way, but somebody being like, oh, I'm so hungry. And like somebody's tummy is rumbling, or somebody needs to eat. Someone's really hungry. Maybe I'm just really hungry, but I think I more so picked it up on someone else. Also, I'm getting spearmint, toothpaste, or gum. Is someone chewing something minty or eating something minty? Because I'm tasting something minty. Alrighty, group number 2. What does your spirit guides have to say? Queen of Swords. Three of Cups. Yeah, I think that one thing your guides would say about this connection is you were meant to experience this kind of a friendship. You were meant to experience this kind of a connection. I do feel like person A is spiritual. They are intuitive, but they just haven't fully tapped into it yet. They just haven't fully experienced it yet. And I think that was another reason person A was meant to meet person B, to learn more about spirituality, learn more about like the psychic abilities that they might have, or just the universe around them, you know, from the perspective of a wise counselor type energy. And I think for this connection, whoever you are, person A or person B, I think the universe wanted you to experience this kind of a connection with somebody. And there's emphasis on friendship here. You could have had a very good friendship with this person, and honestly, for some of you, it could have even felt like you're losing a friend, you know. And for some of you, maybe this was not romantic. It could have been, but definitely doesn't have to be romantic for everybody. But there was something very significant about the friendship here. I'm really sensing that. It's interesting, in this image, the sword is right in front of her, and even in this, that sword is right in front of that person. It's like I'm hearing like owning the truth, or like speaking your truth, staying authentic to yourself, maturing, evolving into a more, into a better version of yourself. I do feel like there was a lot of growth, or this connection was meant to bring a lot of growth in your life, whether it's person A or person B. I think both people took something away from this, and I think this connection brought both people closer to their higher self and closer to the person that they are meant to be. I'm just gonna take a sip of my drink really fast. Yeah. I also feel like the Queen of Swords is like talking about not settling for less, especially if you feel like you're person B, but you had a really good connection with person A, but you knew like they're not where you need them to be for them to be your ideal person. It's like, don't settle, stand your ground, stand firm in what it is that you believe in, and walking away knowing that there is something better for you out there. Interesting. Alrighty. But yeah, I do feel like there is a very significant friendship between the two of you. So let's go ahead and see. We have more Cancer. We have more Cancer energy here and more air sign energy here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So now let's get into the specific questions. So first, let's go ahead and see who will initiate your next meeting. So for group number 2, who will initiate this next meeting? Oh, and I want to say, if this does not sound like your current energy with the connection you're thinking of, then definitely check out a different group. But if this does sound like you, then stick around for this. I see 2222 on the time. Let's go ahead and see who will initiate this next meeting. Who will initiate this next meeting? You know, I'm called to take that one, so I will. The Two of Wands. Let's go ahead and see what are the events leading up to your next meeting. We have the Knight of Wands. Let's go ahead and see the environment or setting of your next meeting with this person for group number 2. What is the environment or setting of their next meeting? The Seven of Cups. Okay, let's see how you'll feel when you see them. So how will group 2 feel when they see this person? How will group 2 feel when they see this person? The Hermit. How will they feel? How will they feel when they see you? Oh my. How will this person feel when they see group 2? The World. What will you guys talk about? What will group 2 and this person talk about? What will group 2 and this person talk about? I'll take both of them. We have the Five of Wands. And the Four of Cups. Let's see, what will you do together? The Mentor, which is the same card. of the wise counselor. This is the Hierophant. Let's get one message of advice from Spirit regarding this connection. Oh my gosh, the way all the cards are flopping out. One message from Spirit really quick. The Nine of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So I guess let's just go ahead and get started. For who will initiate your next meeting? With the Two of Wands, I almost feel like this would be divine intervention, because the Two of Wands is about like expansion. So I feel like both of you are just doing your own thing, making your own choices, having free will, and then you just like bump into each other somewhere. I think it's very much divine orchestration or divine timing. I think it's just gonna happen and you're gonna kind of like bump into each other. And even this, the events leading up to your next meeting being the Knight of Wands. So the Two of Wands and the Knight of Wands, like this goes really well together, because it feels like you and your person are both pursuing something that makes you happy, or you're going somewhere that sparks your passion about something. Like a very random scenario I'm thinking about is like a concert or like a show. You know, that's something you're passionate about. You really like this artist, or you really like this type of music, and you're following that spark that you have towards a passion, and you're going there. And you're choosing to go there. And even the Two of Wands can talk about a very passionate energy. This is the Sun in Aries. And the Knight of Wands is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it's like something you're very passionate about, and you're going to this place, and they also happen to be there. Especially like, say, like another example is like an art exhibit. Say you live in a city and this is the exhibit that like you've been waiting on. Everyone's been talking about this specific art show. So like you both happen to go there. It's like you're going somewhere that's like a once in a while kind of a pop-up situation, but it's something that you are passionate about. I'm also thinking about like a crystal shop, or like a metaphysical, what is it called? You know what I mean? Like some kind of a spiritual shop. And it's like you're going there because you have a passion for this, and maybe this person does or is getting passionate about this, and they go there on their own free will, and you happen to run each other there. So it's like a very niche, specific hobby. I'm also thinking of like certain food that you like. If you're like a dessert person, and there's like the best cheesecake in town, and you go there because you're craving this cheesecake, and they also happen to go there. It's like anything. It could be like a very niche specific thing, but it's something that ignites your passion. And yeah, I think you both will happen to just be there. So now the environment and setting of your next meeting. I think there's a lot going on with the Seven of Cups. You know, this is like, there's a lot of options, you're over analyzing, or there's so many things to do, you don't know exactly where to go. And for this to be the environment or the setting, I think this could be a spiritual environment, or since this is like a water card, this is specifically Scorpio energy. There could be something to do with the water where this place is, or yeah, there could just be a lot going on. I'm almost thinking about like a convention or something where they just have a lot of booths, or there's a lot going on. It could be like a fair. There's like a lot going on, and you're trying to figure out which one you want to go to. Or if you're in like a shop, maybe there's a lot of things to go to and to check out. I don't know. That's interesting, because the Seven of Cups, yeah, it's like there's a lot of options. You don't know which one to go to. It's also like a overthinking energy. Maybe you're like overthinking with your emotions in some way. I also think this is gonna really catch you off guard. Like, you're not gonna expect to see this person there, and you are getting flustered. Like, another way I can view this for, like, I know we're talking about environment or setting of your next meeting. So I was gonna say, like, you could get flustered because you're not expecting to see them, and that brings up all these emotions, and now you're like, your judgment is clouded, or like you're just feeling a certain way emotionally because now there's all these emotions. I was also thinking, for some of you, this could be something that, like, other people, like, somebody invited you to this, and it's like a mix and match of a bunch of different types of people. Like, say, because I feel like you're in your head and you feel out of place for some reason. Maybe it's like you went somewhere but there's more people than you thought there would be, or it's like you got invited to, like, say, like a coworker who you don't know that well, or maybe you do know this coworker well. They invite you to some kind of a party or a gathering, but like you don't know anybody else there. So there is some level of, like, you're feeling alone, you're feeling isolated in some way. Or it could also be that, like, yeah, you were excited to go to this place, but after seeing this person there, now suddenly it's like you're not so excited to be there anymore, and now you're like, oh God, what do I do? Like, it's like a lot of emotions are coming up. And even with the Hermit, like, this is so interesting because this is how you'll feel when you see them. And the Hermit is very much like isolation. It's very much like this introspective, like, I'm not going outward right now. And I almost feel like if you might feel, I almost feel like this person would come up and talk to you. I think you would try to either avoid them, or like you don't necessarily want to, like, speak to them about something. But I don't think it's out of, like, hatred, or I don't think it's because you don't like this person and you don't want to speak to them. I think it's because of your emotions. I think the moment you see this person, all these emotions that maybe you thought were healed, all these emotions kind of come up, and now you're like flustered and you're like, oh my God, like, I don't know what to say. And you're nervous and you're anxious, and it's like all these emotions are coming up, and you're like, okay, I'm not making the first move, I'm not talking to them because I'm too nervous to do it. And I almost feel like they would initiate some conversation with you, and I feel like you're gonna be awkward or shy, or like you don't know exactly how to, like, go about this, which is interesting. I also feel like with the Hermit and with all these emotions coming up is you're gonna, after you see this person, whether you talk to them or you don't, you're going to realize, like, you haven't fully healed yet. You're gonna realize that, or yeah, because this is how you feel. You're gonna realize, like, either there's more healing that you have to do. I guess for this Seven of Cups, this could also be how they feel, because this is not specifically how you feel. This is more of like the environment. So it's possible that they also feel nervous. But I don't know, because for their feelings, they got the world, and this crazy looking dragon out here looks very, very talkative, very outgoing, very confident. So it's even interesting, like, the way the images are here. It's like your energy is like shy, and like you're even like turned the other way. You're almost like, oh, I hope they don't notice me. I kind of just want to stay incognito. I don't want them to see me. And they're like center of attention. Everyone's talking to them, and they're like, oh my God. And they're like actively coming up to you, wanting to have conversation with you. Yeah. Because with this world, I think seeing you would spark something within this person, but in an exciting way. I think they're gonna be like, oh my God, we have so much to catch up on. There's so much I want to tell you, so much to talk about. It's like, it's gonna ignite that chatterbox energy within them. It's gonna ignite, like, that friendship that you guys had. It's gonna ignite that and there's even hearts on this world. I didn't even see that. It's like it's going to ignite that passion for this person. But I think you're gonna be shy, and I definitely think, like, they have to come talk to you, because I don't know if you would talk to them first. Okay, so this is what you'll talk about, which is very interesting. The Four of Cups, I'm viewing this as like making peace with this person, finding peace in this situation. I think it's very, I know, and this Five of Wands looks slightly aggressive, like they're head to head about to fight, about to duel, but I'm almost just viewing this as like you're making peace with this person. Especially if you haven't talked to this person in a while, I almost feel like maybe it's like there's just a lot that comes up. Yeah, I almost feel like you're making peace with this person about something. Something's being brought up, but I think both of you are like putting the past in the past. This Five of Wands is really interesting. You know, I think I'm gonna have to clarify it. Hold on, let me clarify this Five of Wands. Oh, the deck's upside down. What will they talk about? What will they talk about? Can we clarify the Five of Wands or as what they're talking about? The Four of Pentacles, 2 fours came out, and even the Four of Pentacles can talk about balance. So yeah, I almost feel like you're gonna catch up with this person. I almost feel like, you know, I know this image looks very intimidating and like it looks like you're about to duel, but another way I view the Five of Wands sometimes is like there's a lot happening at once. So it could be that there's a lot of conversation, a lot of things going back and forth, a lot of things being said, a lot of catching up happening. So I think it's like that energy, that Leo energy of there's just a lot going on. But I do think you're really going to catch up with this person, and you know, especially if there's things that have happened in both of your lives, I do think you're going to have a lot of conversation with this person, and it's going to leave you feeling pretty good. It's gonna leave you feeling like more at peace, like, okay, good, I got to catch up with this person, especially if you were like nervous to talk to them, and it's gonna leave you in a better space to move forward. I do feel that. And I think you're gonna have a very insightful conversation, because here, you know, this is like what you'll do together. It's like he's holding the key to unlock some inner secret, or it's like unlock a higher level of something, and his third eye, you know, this is like a deity with its third eye chakra illuminated. So it's interesting, we were talking about so much about like one of you is very wise, there's a lot of wisdom that this person can give out, and I feel like this person is just giving you like free game. They're just giving you free information, or it's like they're helping you understand something. But I think you would have a very, very insightful, spiritual, uplifting conversation with this individual. You could even like do some yoga or some like spiritual work with this person. You could even end up like, this could even be more of like a meditative state. But I do feel like you'll have a very insightful conversation, or yeah, there could also be like a third person here that is like more of a mentor energy, and they're talking to both of you. It could be some kind of like a group setting where people in this group are like listening to one person talk, but it's like you guys are kind of having your own conversation and talking about certain things, but there's also time for like to listen to somebody, if that makes sense, like a speaker, which is very interesting. But I do think either way you would have a very insightful conversation about life. And this card is messages and advice from your guides. Again, I'm gonna have to clarify this Nine of Wands. Can we clarify the Nine of Wands for messages and advice? The Three of Pentacles, interesting, and the Three of Pentacles can talk about working something out. Interesting. I almost feel like Spirit is saying there's something that could be worked out with this person. Like, it's almost feeling like, especially because this animal thing is like holding one wand in their mouth, And this kind of looks like the Four of Wands in tarot, which is all about like commitment, celebration, happiness. It's almost feeling like something is not done between the two of you, which is very interesting that I'm getting a message like that. Like something is not done and something can be worked out. Something could be worked out. Maybe not for like immediate, maybe not for something like immediately to manifest, but it's like something could work out for something in the long term. Or maybe you could get that friendship back, or like you're planting little seeds with this person. But I almost feel like Spirit is saying something is not the end here, which is very interesting. I almost wonder what the Seven of Cups could be. I tried to give as many examples as I could for this being like the environment. If you think of a environment that could indicate Seven of Cups energy, please let me know in the comments. But yeah, okay. Alrighty, I have some oracle cards now to end off this reading. We have Third Eye Chakra affirmation with I am insightful and intuitive, and the number is 79. We have the Sacral Chakra affirmation with I am radiant, beautiful, creative, and enjoy a healthy and passionate life with the number 26. That could be a significant age for somebody. 1979 could be a significant year. We have Blue Jay. The time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. Blue Jays could be significant for you guys. And then we have Hold Your Vision with the Fixed Moon. I just saw 44 as I said that. Alrighty, you guys, so now we're going to take it over to the extended. We're going to go ahead and see how will they feel after seeing you, especially because there were some messages here about like something's not quite done. So we'll kind of see like how will they feel after they see you. We'll see what will this meeting eventually lead to between the two of you. And then we'll go ahead and get a yes or no question answer, basically where you can ask a personalized question and I will give you a yes or no answer. And yeah, and I guess we'll also get any hints about the time frame or when this meeting could happen. But if this is where I'm leaving you off, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for listening to this reading. I am offering private readings. There is a buy one get one 50% off sale going on right now. Go ahead and check the link to my website in the description below. And the extended reading is also in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. But yes, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time, or I'll see you in the extended. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Hierophant with the Monday's Tarot deck and then this Smoky Quartz, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. I'm just gonna go ahead and set your crystal up there. This Hierophant card is so cool. I just love the colors. This is actually one of the first few decks I ever got a couple years ago, and I don't really use this deck often, but today I felt the need to use her. So we are gonna keep that right there. As I mentioned in the intro, this is all about the next time you see this person, whoever this person could be. We have all of this here on YouTube. We do have an extended. So here on YouTube, we're going to be looking at the current energies between you, your person, and the connection. We're going to go ahead and see what your guides have to say about the connection, and then we will see who will initiate your next meeting, events leading up to this next meeting, the environment/setting of this next meeting, how you'll feel when you see them, how they will feel when they see you, what you'll talk about, what you'll do together, and then messages and advice from your guides. So we have a lot to talk about, you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the energy check. So we're gonna see so it's interesting because for group 1 I felt very drawn to saying like this is you, this is your person, but then for group number 2 I was like, okay, it could be person A, person B, like you choose which one, because it felt like I couldn't really figure out which was you, which was them. And then for this, you know, my intentions are that this is you and this is your person, but like I said, if the roles are flipped, if the roles are flipped, then just take it however it resonates. You can definitely flip the roles and yeah, just make it fit your situation. But this is the energy check. So how I'm currently gonna read this is your energy, this is their energy, this is the energy in the connection. So let's go ahead and get started with this energy check for group number 3. Ooh, Ooh, the Empress. Group number 3, and the Empress is the number 3, with creation, abundance, and action. And I love the little bunny, the little bunny right here. So cute. Some of you could have pets that kind of hang around you or follow you all the time, follow you from room to room. And then we have love. Oh, this is so nice. I will say, I do feel like even before I got started with just the energy of the Hierophant and the energy of this group, I do feel like this group is very different from group number 1 and group number 2, just like with the energies that I'm feeling. So I feel like if this resonates with you, like you'll know pretty quickly if this resonates with you and if this is your group. And this is your person's energy towards this connection. We have 9 of water, which is the 9 of cups, with wishes, dreams, and happiness. It's almost making me think of like Make-A-Wish and then blowing out on the, what is that, a dandelion? Ooh, and we have the dark side of the moon with mystery. Whoa, that's interesting. It's interesting. First of all, I love this deck. One of my new favorite decks, but this is so interesting, you guys. 333 on the time for group 3 as I'm talking, because the 9 of Cups talks about your wish fulfillment. Like you're literally, it's right below the 10 of Pentacles, sorry. It's right below the 10 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is like emotional wish fulfillment, but as an individual. So it's like what you are doing, what you stand for, what you have created. Like this is happiness that is coming from you and you alone. Like nobody else is contributing to this. Like there's no partner, there's nothing that's contributing to this happiness. And that's why the 9 is right before the 10, because the 10 of Cups is like emotional fulfillment in a relationship. So that emotional connection or that happiness, but with a partner. And that's why the 9 of water is so interesting, because it's showing me that your person is very happy in their life. You know, they have given themselves certain things. And it's interesting, I almost said 10 of Pentacles. So they could be very established in their career. They could be very established in just their everyday life, their finances. They could have given themselves a lot in their life to where, like, yeah, all of their dreams came true. They're very happy and they're just sitting in a lot of abundance and happiness for themselves. So it's so interesting with this mystery card and the dark side of the moon, because it's showing me that your person has everything and they're happy, but there's something that's missing in their life. That 1 cup, they have 9 cups and they're extremely happy, they're extremely satisfied. But remember, this is all on their own. They don't have a person, but they're longing for that 1 cup to make it a 10 of Cups. They're longing for their partner. They're longing for you. They're longing for a relationship. Now, for some of you, it's so interesting the way I'm reading this is, for some of you, this person doesn't even know that like you're their soulmate or that you're the person they're longing for, which is so interesting, because they could just be longing for their partner, their soulmate. But to them, it could be anybody. But it's like, Spirit is almost showing me like they don't know that it's you just yet. Maybe some of them do, like some of them know like you're their person, but for some of you, this person does not know that you are their person. But the dark side of the moon, it's making me feel, even with this mystery, it's making me feel like this person is thinking about you, is longing for you, is wondering where you are, wondering what you're doing. And it's like there's some dark side to the happiness, and that's because they don't have you, whether they know you or they don't. I mean, I think you probably know this person, but it's like maybe they don't know that you're their soul, like you're their person. Because I'm heavily feeling like there is this like a relationship type energy here. I keep saying soulmate, which is a very, very powerful word, and I don't want to use that lightly, but I am feeling like they're longing for their partner. And for some of you, this person might not know it's you. Or for some of you, they do. And it's like, I could also interpret this as like, this could be somebody that you were with and they're doing really well for themselves. They're very happy, established, all of that. But it's like, you're like that missing puzzle piece. Interesting. Yeah, and it's like they're wishing for you. They're wishing for you to come into their life or come back into their life. For your energy, this is amazing. This is so beautiful because for your energy, we have love and we literally have the Empress. Are you kidding? There's so much unconditional love for yourself, for those around you, for your hobbies, for your career. It's like you are on another level of existing. And I definitely feel like if this is somebody you know, you're not really missing them. Or that's why I feel like for some of you, you might not really know who this is. Like maybe like you know of them, but you don't know like to what extent the relationship could be with this person. But for some of you, it's possible you don't even know this person yet. Or it's like for some of you, you just don't like, you don't think about them, like you're very moved on. I do feel like there's no like longing from your end. There's no like longing for this person specifically. Maybe you're like longing for your soulmate, but I don't even think that. I feel like for a lot of you, it would resonate for this being your group if like you are just very focused on your own happiness, your own independence. You just love your life, you love your surroundings. It's like a very optimistic, positive energy here. And it's like this person is not seeking love. They're not like chasing a relationship. And that's why I feel like this group is different, because you're putting yourself first. You're not in the energy of even wanting a relationship. So whether you know this person or you don't, it's like you don't care. And I don't want to say you don't care, but it's like a relationship is not a priority right now. I feel like healing, self-love, focusing on your career, your hobbies, focusing on nurturing yourself, and just making your dreams come true. I feel like that's what you're focused on. And even with this love card, you know, I don't think there's like that sadness of being in a separation, or there's no like longing for someone. Because for the other groups, yeah, like there was longing for a person. And I think that's another thing that makes this group different, is you're not in the mindset of seeking a relationship, which is so interesting, because I do feel like there's some relationship energy here. This could definitely be somebody you know, somebody you have been with in the past. And like, for example, if this is an ex that you are over, like you are, don't think about them, you're completely over them, they're doing really good for themselves, but they think about you and they're like, you know, I used to have that little extra cup when group 3 was around. Or it's like they remember you as this Empress. They view you and they remember you as this loving, nurturing, genuine, and loyal energy. And they're just like, yeah, like I miss that. I definitely feel like for this person that we're channeling, there is a void. There is some hole within them and they're trying to fill it. But I think for you, there's no hole. Like you are whole within yourself, which is so beautiful. And that's what the Empress is. She's the divine feminine. She doesn't need anything external to make her whole. She's whole within herself. Ooh, passion ignited. So this is what's the, oh my God, this is the energy of the connection. Wow. If this is a separation and this is somebody that you are like, oh yeah, I think I know this person, it's very possible you're like intuitively picking up on them, or it's like something is rekindling. I see this as a spark that is rekindling, because this is a number 1. It's saying passion ignited. So it's like something about this connection is coming back around. Something about this connection is igniting again, which is very nice. It's making me think of Ace of Wands energy. I think to some extent, maybe you do remember this person, and you know, I was saying like, oh, you don't care, blah, blah, blah. But I think for a passion to be ignited, there had to have been a passion there in the first place, right? For something to get started again. So I do think that like, it's interesting because I feel like for you, it's like you're very open to this person. It's like, you know, if I happen to run into them, or like you only view them in high standards. And I don't think this was like a really toxic connection. And you're like, you know, if it happens, like, I'm open to it. If I happen to see this person again, I'm open to it, but I'm not chasing them, and I'm gonna live my life, and I'm gonna go day by day and do my thing and do whatever, you know. But like, okay, like, if they happen to come into my life, I'm open to it. And I think your person is more so the one that's like longing, instead of them just casually being like, oh, I'm open to it. They're actually like longing, like they're actually thinking about you, wondering what you're doing, where you are, like what's going on. I think you could even feel them intuitively tugging on you a little bit. And yeah, passion ignited. Wow, that's really nice. I mean, this is a very nice energy. I think, again, you would know pretty quickly if this is your reading, because even with this, yeah, this passion ignited, it's like you like, there's something here about remembering the fun you guys had, remembering the good times, remembering like the spark that was once there between the two of you. I also do feel like if you resonate with this Empress energy, it's possible that you were the one that walked away in the connection. And like, that's why it's hitting person B so hard, where I'm not person B, this person, wherever they are, however long it's been. But I feel like you chose yourself. Like, the Empress always puts herself first. So it is making me think like you chose yourself in this relationship, and you chose to walk away. And they are thinking about that. And I think that's why you're not so much thinking about them, because you walked away. Like, you're like, yeah, that's done, that's in the past. But I think for them, they've still to some extent held on to you. But yeah, I think this person is like kind of bawling. Like, I even see them being very financially stable right now too. Like, they're probably doing really good in their career, and they have everything except like that one cup, that one missing thing. And for those of you where this was not a super deep relationship, and it was like something quick or just something casual, or maybe even acquaintances with this person, they definitely view you in a very high light. I mean, whoever this is, no matter what your connection is, they view you as the divine feminine. Like, literally, like, they cannot put somebody else above you. So no matter what your connection is to this person, they view you very, very highly. And for some of you, you know, in this Empress card, like, she's holding a baby. For some of you, they definitely view you as like marriage material, I guess, or like you have a very nurturing energy to you. They feel like you could be a good parent. Interesting. Wow. I mean, I would say this is very nice. It almost does feel like long lost acquaintances, or like long lost like something, like somebody that you just haven't really talked to in a while, or yeah, that it's lost. Like, this relationship has been lost in some way. It really does feel like that. So I want to go ahead and get 2 cards here. Let's go ahead and see, what do your spirit guides have to say about this connection for group 3. Oh, let's talk about astrological placements. Venus, so Taurus and Libra energy here. This is definitely making me think of the Ace of Wands, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And the 9 of Cups is Pisces specifically. The number 3 or 1 could be significant. Let's go ahead and see, what does group 3, what do your guides want to say about this connection? Oh, I guess that's 2 cards together. I'll take both of them. We have the 8 of Crystals, which is the 8 of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Crystals. Okay, you know what's so interesting? Like, I was heavily picking up that this person is financially stable, or they're very, very successful. Like that, like this energy coming up as the King of Pentacles, like, I really do think that this person is very, very financially stable in some way. Eight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Well, this is Pentacles, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Earth sign energy. This is very reliable. This is realistic. This is like tangible. I do feel like if work was put in towards this connection, it could go somewhere and it could last a long time. I think that's essentially what Spirit is telling you. And with this Eight of Pentacles, you know, it takes some time and it takes some effort to get to that level of stability. It takes hard work to get to that level of stability here. But the King of Pentacles is something that can last a very long time. And I think Spirit is saying that there is a lot of potential here, which is very, very interesting. There's potential for this to be something long-term. And it's interesting, we were kind of talking about marriage and kids. So they're saying like, if it came around to it and work was put in, equal effort from both people, it could definitely be something long-term. Wow. Okay, so now let's go ahead with the deck that you guys chose. It's so hard to like shuffle this deck. Hold on, let me try it this way. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, oh my god. Okay, I just forget the deck is kind of like stiff. Alright, let's go ahead and see who will initiate this next meeting between, for group number 3, between them and their person. Who will initiate this next meeting? Oh my god, I actually don't want to take all that. That was like 3 cards. Let's see, who will initiate this next meeting? For group number 3, who will initiate this next meeting? The King of Swords. So it could be the person, well, if there's a masculine and a feminine energy in this connection, it could be the masculine energy who initiates this connection. Connection. Oh my god, what am I saying? That initiates this meeting. And it's interesting because like the divine feminine is on this side, and we were saying like this person is longing for you. So it's very possible like if your person is the masculine person, they are initiating it, or whoever is air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like that could be their sun sign or sun, moon, rising, or a prominent sign in their chart, air sign person. But I do feel like since it's the King of Swords, I do feel like whoever is the masculine energy, they could be initiating the next meeting. So let's go ahead and see what are the events leading up to this next meeting. The Star. Wow, accomplishing something. We even have dreams here, which is so interesting because the Star is like a wish fulfillment, and we even have wishes. Oh, it's interesting. Maybe this person, like, so, okay, so this could be that like whoever is accomplishing a dream, accomplishing some kind of a goal or a milestone, or like they're accomplishing something, right? That's the event that's leading up to the next meeting. So say like if your person accomplishes something and they're really excited and they're celebrating, they reach out to you and they're like, you should join us. Or like, you know, like I just hit this huge milestone, I'm throwing a party, you should come. It's something like that here. Let me keep going. Let's see, what is the environment or setting of your next meeting? Oh my god, the Wheel of Fortune. You have 2 major arcana already. Okay, let me keep going. How will you feel when you see them? For group number 3, how will group 3 feel when they see this person? How will group 3 feel when they see this person? Four of Wands. Holy cow. Okay. How will they feel when they see group 4? How will this person feel when they see group 4? I mean group 3. Sorry, guys. 10 of Pentacles. Wow. What will you guys talk about? Oh my gosh. If this is not, this is, oh my god. Okay. Ace of Cups. And then what will you do together? Two of Wands. Let's clarify the Two of Wands of what they will do together. We have the Princess of Swords. Okay. This is really, really sweet. Let's get one card for advice from Spirit. What is the advice for group 3 regarding this connection? The Eight of Wands. Okay, there's a lot of positive energy here, and it's interesting because this is definitely very different, I would say. I would say this is almost like encouraged. So whoever this person is, and I feel like you would know that this is your reading because this seems like a very positive effect on your life, or this person at one point had a positive effect, or like it was not a toxic relationship. I feel like that's how you would know, because if this was something like toxic or bad for you, I just don't know if this would be your reading, because this seems very peaceful, very nice, very, very nice. Okay, I don't know why I cannot get these cards to line up. Okay, there we go. Okay, yes, so I think there's going to be some milestone or something to be celebrated. Somebody is achieving a goal or a dream, or yeah, a milestone. And you know what? It could be the masculine that initiates this, but I almost feel like it could be whoever is hitting a milestone could reach out to the other person. And I almost feel like it, with it being the King of Swords, it's like you're not being emotional about it. You're not saying, hey, I miss you, or they're not saying, hey, I miss you. It's very like straightforward, but there is emotions to it, but you don't want to appear emotional. Like it's like very straight to the point, to where you're like, oh, I'm having a party, or I just got a raise, I just accomplished this, I just got into the school or something, and you're like inviting this other person out, or like you want to celebrate, like I'm going out, people are going out, or like I'm doing something to celebrate something. So it's like the invitation would be very like straightforward, and I don't think if you're doing it or they're doing it, I don't think either person would put like, oh, I miss you, this and that. Like, I don't think you would be emotional, because the King of Swords, he doesn't get emotional. He's very straight to the point, and that's it. But I do think there are emotions beneath the surface. And with this being the Wheel of Fortune for the environment / setting, this is random, because the Wheel of Fortune is something that's like cannot be predicted. It's literally unpredictable. It could be anything at any time. It's fated, it's destiny. So for that to be the environment, it's like hard for me to... Wheel of Fortune. I don't know. I think this would be different for everybody. I think for some of you, it could be more of an intimate setting. Like this person is like, hey, I just accomplished something, or you're saying this, and you're like, let's grab some drink, let's catch up, let's grab dinner, lunch, coffee, whatever. So for some of you, it could be more intimate, but I think for others of you, it could be like a whole gathering, a whole party. It could be anywhere on that spectrum. But I do think it has something to do with someone's accomplishment and celebrating someone. And it's interesting, because then we get into the Four of Wands of how you feel. You're very happy. And the Four of Wands can literally talk about a relationship, a happy, committed relationship. Like you feel that spark. That's what's going on here. Passion is being ignited. I almost feel like there's some interesting circumstances that brings you guys together. And for some of you, it could even be like divine timing too. Like No, actually, I do feel like somebody is initiating this. Somebody is reaching out to the other person, but I think it is like divinely orchestrated in some way with the fate card here, you know? But like, yeah, it's like the passion is ignited between the two of you again. And I think this is very mutual because they feel the Ten of Pentacles. This is the card I said earlier when I was trying to say Ten of Cups, but then I accidentally said Ten of Pentacles. This is ultimate stability. This is lifelong stability. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles. Like when this person sees you, they're gonna be like, that's my person, that's my partner, that's my soulmate. That's who this person has a provider energy. They have a provider mindset, especially if they're financially stable. They're like, that's the person I want to take care of. I want to provide for this person. I want this to be the person I start a family with. I want this to be the person I start a legacy with. And you're kind of feeling the same thing. You're like very excited. That passion is back. You're having a really good time with this person. You feel comfortable. You feel like maybe whatever you felt in the past, but better. Because with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like whatever this person couldn't offer you the first time around, that's what they want to offer you now. So say the first time around, like they hit all your boxes, but like they were emotionally unavailable or something like that. It's like that would change this time. Like now you're coming back together and like that would change. It's like everything you wanted from them, but now they're better. They're even better than like how they used to be. And that's why you're happy about it, because you're like, oh wow, like you're actually doing really good, you're actually successful, or you're stable now, and like you are seeking a relationship, like okay, like this could actually work. That's how I'm feeling it for both of you. But I do feel like if you gave this person a chance in the past and they failed and you walked away, then this person feels like they have to absolutely like prove it to you. And I don't think they would love bomb you, but for them it's like, well, since like I messed up the first time around, I really have to prove to group number 3 that I am serious this time. So I think this person would actively and consistently try to prove to you that they have changed in some way. With the Ace of Cups, I love this. It's like what you'll talk about. You'll talk about happy things. You'll talk about all your accomplishments. You'll talk about everything you've done up until this point, because remember I said in the very beginning, it feels like some time has passed. Both of you have things to catch up on. You know, there could be things that you have accomplished, or yeah, just hopes and dreams and where life has taken you, and you're going to have a very emotional and realistic conversation with this person. I feel like there's no walls. Like you're both really just letting everything out to each other, because yeah, you probably haven't talked for a while. And that's another thing, that intellectual connection, that's another thing that's going to bring that spark back. But this is very nice. It's a very genuine, wholesome energy. I love that. It's so sweet. And then we have what you'll do together. This is so random, but I almost feel like you could drive somewhere with this person. They could drive you somewhere. This feels more intimate. So it almost feels like maybe you could meet in like a social setting, but then you both leave before the party's over, you know? Or it's like, yeah, like there's something here where it's like the place you meet is not the place that you end up at. Like you will go somewhere else, because I really feel like this feels more intimate. Feels like both of you are leaving together, doing whatever you want to do, going wherever you want to go. But it's like, I do feel like you're gonna hit it off so well that you're like, okay, let's go do our own thing, let's go somewhere else, let's leave. I really, really see that for you guys. Yeah, it's like I want to be more intimate with you with this Princess of Swords. I want like personal space with you. So say if you were in like a crowded party atmosphere, you could go to like a cocktail lounge, or like a small bar where there's not many people, and I'm seeing like dim lighting, and where you can really be intimate with each other and like have a whole ass conversation with each other. And I think once you guys start talking and that flame is being ignited again, you just have so much you want to say to this person. And I almost feel like you could end up talking all night, because this kind of feels like nighttime. And then I see the sun in this card, which was our advice card, and almost makes me feel like you spend the night together, or you like literally talk for hours and you're like, oh my God, it's been 5 hours. With the Eight of Wands here, I feel like for this to be the advice from Spirit, I feel like Spirit is saying, go for it. And that's it, you know, and I don't say that lightly, and I don't say that to everyone, because if I see a bad relationship or something that you need to leave and walk away from, I will tell you that. And that's why I think group 3 is very different from the other two groups, because for group 3, this is very much like long lost acquaintances, you're rekindling, reuniting, and this is gonna be good. It's fate. It's like destiny at this point that you guys are coming back together. Now, I don't know a time frame just yet, because for some of you, maybe you're not even in this Empress energy. I think, yeah, for some of you, it's like maybe you haven't even started your healing journey yet. But for some of you, you could already be in this Empress energy. You know, I'll give you that time frame now. That's what I think is the time frame. I think both people would be very healed and in a much different space than when you left each other, but especially the feminine, which I think might be you. I feel like if you are in this Empress energy, you love everything, like you love life, you're in a very genuine, divine feminine, focusing on yourself, very optimistic, very positive energy, 33 on the time. That's when that could be the energy that you're in. And who knows, you could be in this Empress energy for years, right? Like, it doesn't have to be like the moment you step into this Empress energy, this person's coming in. But it's like you are so comfortable in your divine feminine energy, and you're so just doing your own thing every day. Like this is amazing. And I think it takes a lot of healing. It takes a lot of growth. Takes a dark night of the soul, takes a lot of spiritual evolving to get to this level. This is not something that happens overnight. And I think you're in this energy, and you're in this energy for a while before this person comes in. But the advice, yeah, Spirit is saying go for it. This could lead you to your happily ever after. Like, this could truly be your soulmate. Yeah, you know, now that I think about it, I almost feel like it is this person that's reaching out to you. And they are going to have a huge milestone that they want to celebrate with you. Because I don't think the Empress is reaching out to this person. I honestly think the Empress probably forgot about this person or something like that. Like, she's so far gone. Excuse me. That's why I feel like this person could be the one reaching out. All right, you guys, I have some oracle cards to end off on. We have the throat chakra affirmation. I love to share my experiences and wisdom. I know when it is time to listen, with the number 69. Grounding the chakras. Music and free expression with dance is a great way to recharge and harmonize your chakras. Dance freely to awaken your inner self. Don't worry about any outside influence other than your own feelings in the moment. Once you have tried this out, lie down and notice how inspired and harmonious you feel, with the number 100. The Kingfisher. Oh my god. That's so funny. There's if you ever been to India, there's a beer called Kingfisher that's really popular, and I was literally thinking about Kingfisher beer the other day. Okay, prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. Wow, that's really nice. Have faith that you'll receive it in the perfect form, which is like a soulmate. Have faith that you have a soulmate that you will meet, and they will come to you in the most perfect form when the time is right. And then we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Interesting. I almost feel like, I wonder if that spark is there, but it's like you guys just haven't talked and it just hasn't had that time to rekindle. But okay, group number 3, this is everything I see for you here on YouTube. So over there on the extended, we're gonna go ahead and see how they'll feel after seeing you, okay? We will see what will this meeting ultimately lead to, like what's gonna happen next. and which I'm actually interested for this group because this is a very sweet message. And then we have a yes or no question. So basically you can ask a personalized question on the extended and I will give you a yes or no answer. And then we'll see any hints about when this meeting will happen. So, alrighty, group number 3, if this is where I'm leaving you off, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for being here and for watching this. I hope I was able to give you advice. And yeah, please like, comment, and subscribe. I am offering personal readings right now. If that is something you are interested in, go ahead and check out the link to my website in the description, and I'm offering a buy one get one 50% off deal on my readings right now. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. And if I'm seeing you in the extended, then the link to the extended is in the description below. But yes, you guys, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!